Peace, y'all. Goatsquadtv. So, I want to talk about elevating and leaving stagnation behind. Stagnation has plagued me personally on so many levels for 40 years of my life, at least 30 of the 40 years of my life, excuse me. And it's not that I'm not doing okay. But we always could do something better. We could always push ourselves to be better. Um, the key, man, I'm realizing this probably more than now than ever, is that if you really want happiness, you got to be happy with you, but you also got to be willing to come to grips with mistakes you made and things that you need to fix. It's not about what everybody else has to say or anybody has to tell you. There's going to probably be like 8 out of 10 people that probably disagree with what you're saying about yourself in order to be accountable. But there's accountability that needs to be taken from a self standpoint. Nobody can make you do something but yourself. And if you're not moving in this world, you're going to be where you're at. And that's what I'm dealing with. Well, people who are familiar with me, they know my life story. They know the stuff that I've gone through. And right now, it's a very difficult time because I have to change a lot of my fundamentals in order for me to survive. You know what I mean? In order for me to get to the next level and to achieve dreams that I want to achieve, I have to stop helping people that share my blood. I got to stop helping people for the sake of helping them in a lot of ways. And it's a hard pill to swallow because I was always to be a, I've always felt like being selfless will get you wonders in life. But there's nothing wrong with being selfish when it comes down to helping yourself build in the person that you need to be. Doesn't mean you're selfish individually as a person when it comes down to just being an asshole, but it really comes down to when you wake up in the morning, what's your goal? What's the thing that you want to achieve? Like today, I started looking for jobs, right? I started doing some job applications while I was on my break. Um, and just the idea of looking and trying to better myself and not allowing myself to get stagnated is the point, is what I'm trying to say. Stagnation is the death of all dreams. Anything you want in your life, you got to go for it. You want anything in your life, I don't care what it is, you got to go for it. And wasted time and wasted motion comes to play. It stops you from reaching your goals. The devil has a weird way of trying to stop you from succeeding, whether it be people telling you you're never going to achieve your dreams, or to yourself, beating yourself up because you haven't achieved certain things based on previous track record, which I talked about a little bit in the last video I did yesterday, or one of the videos I did yesterday. You know, learning from your past is one thing, but do not get buried to the idea of a track record, because you have to have confidence in your own ability. You're going to fail. That's life. That's something that I'm dealing with right now. I'm failing. But I'm not a failure, understand? I'm just failing in my current situation. Because I know that my future isn't in the specific place that I live at. And I know that I have a lot of talent. I have a lot of brain trust, brain power in this skull. You know, a lot of knowledge under this do-rag. And I'm selling myself short. I'm not moving forward. I'm not doing things that I'm not attempting new things. I'm not trying different things. I'm not be open to certain things, which has stopped me. Not gonna blame anybody but myself. It's self accountability all day. But now I gotta unteach myself in a lot of ways, and I gotta like break old habits, which I gotta divorce family. And when I say that, I don't mean that in a negative light. 'Cause I love my mother and I love my family members, even though we're not a really tight knit family. I mean, we're really not that tight knit at all. We don't get along with each other. None of us do. Um, but there comes a point in time where you cannot hold yourself hostage to being a slave to your own loyalty. Because your own decisions and the decisions you make, it's your life. Essentially, God gave you a life to have. Right? You have a life. It's on you to enjoy and indulge in the things that you want to enjoy in, but also it's up to you to chase and put in the work into your dreams. You don't want to live life of regrets, and right now I feel like I got a few of them, and I want to erase that. So um, it's going to be really unconventional, but I want to really pass this message down. Stagnation is the death of a dream. Um, Staying on the safe path sometimes isn't always good. You got to find within yourself. You got to find it within yourself to say, the safe path isn't always the right path. Sometimes you got to take risks. It's just how life works. I got people that I love that took a lot of risk, and they're still taking risks to this day. So, what I want to pass down to you guys, anybody on my channel, I want you guys to understand something. Anything worth having in your life ain't gonna be given to you. You cannot wait. Life is too short. You cannot wait for something to come your way. You gotta take it. And if that means, unfortunately, distancing yourself from people that you love because they're holding you back from a dream that you want to accomplish, just because they want to use the whole bloodline aspect of it, then it's probably best that you leave those people in the past. And I mean, they'll catch up to you at some point if they want to achieve goals and do things for themselves. But if not, you can't save everybody. And that's one thing I've had to learn. It's hard to see my mom miserable the way she is. Trust me, I love my mother. And I've battled, despite my up and downs with her and us not getting along, I've battled a lot eternally when it comes down to the conflict of, should I move on with my life and focus on me, or should I stay around? Because I was loyal to a fault. I mean, if anybody knows my story, I mean, I stayed around for my brother and my mother when we lost a house, all the way to the point we lost our house, 27 years. I've been on my own ever since. It's been 2 years, but it's just, I still feel someone's like survivor's guilt. You know what I mean? Even though they're alive, and it still feel like. But I also understand that if my mother can't find it within herself to see that she still has life to live and to build and prosper in, and she doesn't want to move, but she wants to rely on the coattails of her children instead of focusing on herself to better herself. There's not much. There's really not much I could do, or my sister could do, or anyone could really do for that matter. We got to live our lives, man. Like, we're not entitled to help because our parents took care of us. This old school mentality of like, well, you take care of your parents when they get old. Some of that's true, but at some point, is it at the risk of your peace and your sanity? At the end of the day, I got dreams I want to accomplish. I want to travel. I want to do different things, um, and I want to have a life. I want to be, for someone who's usually dolo for the most part. I do want to have a life. I do have people that I care about that I want to spend time with, and I don't want to waste years of my life wondering what I could have done. Money talks and bullshit walks, and life's a hustle, y'all. You gotta make the best out of this shit because nobody's gonna hold your hand. So as for me, I know I have to unlearn a lot of things, but in unlearning, you also learn to shed a lot of the bad and the heavy weight that's been on you. You hold no obligation to help people. You help people out of the goodness of your heart, but you hold no obligation to help them. Remember that. Goatsquadtv, young youngins, people out here, OGs, whatever. Anybody that know me or anybody that don't know me sees my face up on the screen, just know, go for self first. And then if you have any energy for anything else, then you put that energy in. Otherwise, if you don't love yourself, you can't love nobody else. And that includes family, friends, relationships, whatever. And I've been struggling with that for a very long time, and I need to find my happiness. So I want to be happy so I can share my love and share the love that I have as an individual genuinely, like as I should. You know, like I said, is time is time is money, and money I ain't got time. So I love my mother, I love my family members, but I no longer can live for y'all. It's my life, and I gotta rid myself of the chains in order for me to succeed. So, Gold Squad TV, I would say this is a food for thought. Um, Probably most likely is a food for thought. Gold Squad TV, salute.